Us now, Steve Cortes, former senior advisor to Trump's 2016-2020 campaign. Michael Isikoff, the primary journalist who uncovered the Clinton-Lewinsky scandal, now investigative journalist, contributing editor for Spy Talk, author of Uncovering Clinton. Michael, I want to start with you on this. In all of your reporting, is there anything that shows that Bill Clinton, and boy, I'm just thinking back to some of those tapes, must bring you some deja vu. Is there anything in your reporting that links Bill Clinton with inappropriate behavior with women provided by Jeffrey Epstein?
I haven't seen anything in the documents that suggest that, or I haven't even heard of allegations from any of the survivors that suggest that. So that's the short answer.
Okay, that is the short answer. And that's sort of where we are at, Steve Cortes, in this situation, that there is now a demand for people to prove they are innocent, to come testify before the House Oversight Committee, not a law enforcement agency, and prove their innocence to the acceptability of members of Congress, not to a jury, and not where they can call witnesses or question witnesses in their own defense. That is a point I tried to make to Nancy Mace, Republican Congresswoman from South Carolina, member of the Oversight Committee last night. Take a listen.
How are other foreign countries arresting people that we're not? England is doing more than we ever have.
Because the U.S. is a country of laws. I don't like witch hunts or the Al Capone standard, but I know you have to go.
Well, go ahead and keep defending a pedophile. That's fine. That's your legacy. That will not be mine.
Okay. I'll let you make the accusation, Congresswoman. You're always welcome back. Thank you very much. And Steve, this is the part that seems so dangerous to me, is that if you question those who believe with religious-like fervor that there is some grand conspiracy and Epstein provided women to all of these powerful people who were then protected, somehow you're protecting a pedophile. It's the straw man argument because you can't prove a negative. Do Republicans understand what they have opened and now are going to have to deal with for the next however many decades of conspiracy theories over Epstein?
Well, I think smart people on both sides are starting to realize that, yes, this erosion of trust in institutions in the United States, which certainly predated the entire Epstein affair, but has been badly exacerbated by such a loss of trust in so many people, so many institutions in both political parties over the Epstein saga. It's really problematic for America. And certainly my polling shows that both parties are suffering, and suffering roughly equally, meaning both parties in terms of job approval by party, both of them have steadily declined, and in recent months, really in a precipitous way. It's worse for the Democrats. Their brand is in even worse shape, but both sides are really suffering from this. You know, formerly revered institutions like the CDC or the FBI, more related to this case, are no longer respected, or at least not by one half of the political divide in America. So I think it's part of a much broader erosion of trust.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.